Hey, Coach, I'm so excited you found our YouTube channel. Let me know how I can help. If you click up above or down below, you'll find other resources, everything that you would want to become a better basketball coach. Go check out teachhoops.com. That is the one-stop shopping for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's practice plans, it's how to deal with parents, it's how to deal with NBA guys, which was a good one. Let me know how I can help you become a better basketball coach on this journey. Hope you enjoy the video.
All right, episode 92 of High School Hoops. We can see 100. Really didn't know if we'd even get to 100, but I think we're going to get to 100, Coach. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get way past 100. So this week on High School Hoops, we're going to talk about lots of stuff, and I'm not going to say it until I give a big shout out to our sponsors. Our two sponsors, first of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. Help those great people out. Here's my theory is this is the time to help companies out that are good companies. This is why I'm eating out a couple days a week, because I want the small businesses that live in my neighborhood to be around when this thing's over. So I am like, oh, I like to eat there. I'm going to call them. I like to eat there because I want to try to keep them in business and do my small part and give them a huge tip and do what I can do. It's the same thing with Dr. Dish. You want this company around in 10 years, trust me. Great shooting machine. There's nothing like it. The most innovative. Mention High School Hoops. I'll give you $350 off your next purchase. And then same with teachhoops.com. You know what? The doors might shut if people don't come join. You know, all this new material. So come join us over there. Coach and I just got off a call. One of our teachhoops.com member calls. Have them all the time. Come join us. You'll love it. It's great. Done. It's half the prices the big boys that are out there right now, too. I'm telling you. Anyway, they won't respond to your emails as fast as I will. I can guarantee you that. Okay, go ahead, Coach. What's today's episode 92?
Well, I'm going to dedicate it to Michael Jordan because somebody posted something about the weight room, and we're kind of talking about the complete player as we get ready for hopefully some summer action and player development. Michael Jordan did not win a championship till he hit the weight room, and then he won 6 of them. So one thing that, again, our players can control throughout this whole COVID-19 is, number one, skill development, which we talked about last week. And for episode 92, we're going to be talking about fitness. And fitness is something that players can be able to control and to be able to make themselves more physically fit and, stronger during this time.
Right, and I'm telling you right now, I can see it with my son who's done playing. His high school athletic season's over. He's not a high school athlete anymore. I can see. I mean, I've spent a ton of money on him. He made me go buy one of those chin bar things you put above the door.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, Drew, you can do push-ups and pull-ups, and there's other ways of getting strong other than free weights. Free weights are great, but he has gotten stronger. He is eating better. So I think there's things that you can do that you can help your players do. I found out that if you fill a gallon jug of water or a gallon jug that you get milk in, fill it with water, it's 8 pounds. So if you want 8-pound barbells, that's the cheapest ones you can buy. I'm sure most of you have a gallon of milk. When it's over, rinse it out, fill it up with water, and there's 8 pounds right there. So you can do what you need to do. I mean, that's a cheap version of an 8-pound dumbbell, but it will work. But anyway, so I think you can work on strength. I think you can work on what you're eating in your nutrition. I think you can work on your conditioning. Drew went for a run a couple weeks ago, and I thought he was going to literally cough up a lung because he hadn't, done any. He's been working out in the half court and on his game, but he hadn't done any sort of conditioning or running. So I think that's another. He's trying to put mass on, but also stay in shape. So he's fighting that battle. But I think those are all things that as coaches we can help our players work through. What do you think, Coach?
Well, again, we're in the generation where we can get accessibility to anything all the time. Same with fitness workouts. Man, there's a million things.
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm not gonna lie, I have a Pinterest account and I literally Pinterest workouts all the time that I'm working out every day doing different things. But
Right.
even yoga right now for me, I wish I would have done yoga when I was in high school. All the secondary muscles that I feel, how much tighter, how more explosive I am, the muscle recovery. That's why I'm able to work out 7 days a week is because of yoga and be able to do those type of things. But like learning how to strength build without lifting weights has been a new challenge for me, but it's been enjoyable too with different types of push-ups, resistant band training, getting a resistant
So
band,
what happens if you
bringing
don't
it
have
to
a
your house, all those
resistant
things.
band at home?
I do a lot of push-ups.
Okay.
I do have some dumbbells. But like all your open, a lot of that stuff you can get sent to your house, resistant bands, and they're not that expensive.
Okay.
So that's definitely those are the things that are probably the most affordable for players right now to purchase, and like doing stuff like yoga. That's really good stuff. Leg conditioning, all those plyometric, isometric things are really good for conditioning your muscles right now too. Um, so, and then ultimately, conditioning, you talked about it. You're a much better player on the floor when you're really conditioned all the time. So, I don't know.
I think one of the keys too is literally what you're putting in your body.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing. I'm like, oh man, if I drink like a lot of lemon water and then I'm working out, but I was so dehydrated for a while, like through this whole time, you kind of learn how to really eat better too if you want to. You have choices. You're able to control yourself. You're able to monitor what you're doing.
Right.
So right
You're not
now,
running
you can
late. You're
teach
not
your
running late
players.
from practice and stop in Chipotle or get a burger or
I
something.
think
Yeah.
the key in this too is teaching your players to develop a routine and stick with it. I think that's the hardest thing is there is so much time, but like making sure they allot time and schedule time to keep in a routine to do these things. That's how they're going to be successful. Like trying to do it at every time, like I work every morning at the same time every single day. Like, right now they're like, oh, I don't feel like working out. I might work out at 10 o'clock later. No, it's like really about being consistent
It
about
is.
when you're doing things too.
It is. Well, I found that in my life. I needed some sort of routine.
Right.
Like I wake up, I come to my office, I do some work, I do the school stuff. And then, after that, I think that, everything's kind of compartmentalized. So I'm like, yeah, you got to get some sort of routine. But I think the key takeaway here is things that your players can work on. Last week we were talking about skill work. This week we're talking about, the conditioning, the strength, the nutrition, all of those things. Again, as a coach, we're all smart enough that we can find that perfect thing for them to have, that specific kid might
Right.
need.
So those 5 pillars I was talking about last week, character, hopefully that's embedded in your program. But there's 2 skills that not a lot of times basketball players they either have it or you don't, and that's really like the vision and seeing things like that's special players that can do that.
Right.
And then the other thing is the mental toughness. That's something that is ingrained, but it's also special players that have it. The 2 things that I noticed those mid-major players that end up giving you some sufficient minutes at the high school level are those players that understand if I work more on my skill development and get stronger and faster, I'll become a better basketball player.
Right.
There's just some kids that are never going to be that good at the vision piece and the understanding of the X's and O's of the game, and they're not going to be that mental edge kind of player, but they're still going to be a special aspect to your program if they have more skill set and they're more physically fit.
Right.
And so, and those are the players that just end up making medals. Last week we talked about, or 2 weeks ago we talked about players that are suffering the most throughout this. It's those players that are those players that maybe were on the bench as juniors in the senior year. They're going to have an opportunity to be a contributor. If they're not doing those things right now, they're not going to give you those minutes when it comes to November or December of the upcoming season.
Right. I agree. All right. So anything else on that, Coach?
Nope.
Okay. So what's our full timeout this week? I like
Uh,
ice cream. That's my favorite dessert. No, just go ahead.
One thing you're looking forward to this summer.
Getting outside a little bit more, but I've been pretty good about that even since quarantine started.
Are we able to?
Hopefully,
Are we able to fish yet? Aren't you a fisherman?
I
No,
am a
hunter?
fisherman, but I haven't been fishing recently. I don't even know if my boat's capable. I think I'm hoping by the end of the summer I can get out to the lake house in New Hampshire where my brother has a place.
Yeah.
So that's my hope. That's kind of my little carrot because I think I can make it there in a day. Like I think we can do one stop, drive out. That'd be pretty easy. So that would be my hope. Yeah, my what I'm looking forward to is maybe getting back in the gym. Not super optimistic about it, but that's one of my things for this summer. Usually it's about rejuvenating, but I'm ready to go back to work. I don't
Me
know.
too. I think the one thing I'm looking forward to is that, like, when this COVID started, it was warm out, and I was able to take my daughter and shoot around and play basketball. Like, we haven't been able to do that, so I'm hoping that the summer will be able to evolve, and I'll be able to teach her the game a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah, I
she's been
think that.
interested in it a little bit.
Yeah. And your kids are. I mean, I know they're at a young age and it's hard, but you will never get. This time is special. To be honest with you, it's
It
stressful,
is
but
really special.
it is. It is. Like hell, I think I see my. I probably saw my teenagers more when we were in school than I do now because like they're all off doing their own thing in the house somewhere. But, all right, till next week, Coach.
All right, sounds
All right,
good,
see ya.
Coach. Take
Hey, Coach. So glad you enjoyed that video. Let me know how I can help. Click up above or down below. Find out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. There's a 14-day free trial as we speak. Not sure how long that will last. One-stop shopping for basketball coaches. So go over and check it out. I've been there. I know what you're going through. Won lots of championships. Won lots of rings. Let me know how I can help you become a better basketball coach.